Oh snap, Glaze is going live.
Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. A good evening, everybody. So glad you're here. All the people in the front and the people in the red. When you came to the door, you expected to see a BGG rock the ceremony. Now catch the beat. Boom, 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 boom. Ha ha. That's so sweet. Hey, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Just in case you're joining my platform for the very first time, I am your host, the one they call Brian Glaze Gibbs. And this is my platform. This is my ministry. What I do is, I am not your typical minister. I hood minister. I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. How to utilize my word, utilize my life experience to get our kids to stop causing havoc in the community, to stop killing one another, to stop robbing and stealing from each other, to stop that crab in the barrel mentality. Hey, I'm going to talk about, I almost had a near-death experience. You know what? Got into an accident. And you know what? With a tractor trailer. And right now, just like that, my life could have been gone. That's the same way my life could have been snuffed away from me years ago. From growing up in a big red polluted apple. You know, different situation that I've been through. How many guys I grew up with is no longer here? Why did God decide, you know what, I'm gonna save your life, I'm gonna spare your life? You know why? Because once again, he knew that, guess what? He going to give me a message. He going to give me a testimony. Without no test, you don't have no testimony. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, with near-death experience. I remember the first time, the first encounter that I had with the Godfather. The first encounter I had with the Godfather was a situation took place that I was guilty as sin. I set somebody up. And you know what? Here it is. The Godfather happened to be friends with the individual that set up. So when he found out about it, he let this guy know. So once again, sometimes when people come to you and give you pertinent information, you don't supposed to run your mouth. But this guy called me up, you know, back then and let me know that, hey, the Godfather told me that you was responsible for this. I'm like, huh? I said, he don't know what the hell he's talking about. But I'm kind of bugging out. Wait a minute, hold up. I know the guy, but I don't know him. We didn't have no dealings. So, you know what? As time went on, me and King Tut, me and Walter Johnson, okay, we was in juniors on a date. And while we was on a date, what happened? As we in junior Cheesecake Factory on a date, all of a sudden, I saw the Godfather by himself. And right now was what I did was me and Tut. I guess he came in and I spotted him. He was going to the bathroom. And when he went upstairs, guess what? Caught him in the bathroom, me and Tut. And basically I told him, I said, look, man, all due respect, I said right now is, whatever I do, it's my business. All due respect, man, you know, don't put me or mention my name into anything that don't have nothing pertaining to you. So keep this in mind. It's me and Tut. It is him. And you know what? I didn't yell, I didn't scream, because I knew the way he conducted himself. You know, the way he conducted himself always was respectful. So once again, like I say, I got the upper hand. It's me and Tut. It's just him by himself. And once again, guess what? Here it is. Just because you think the odds are against you, you don't go against the odds. I say what I had to say. I wasn't disrespectful. I didn't cross the line. So to me, as time went on, years later, here it is. What happened? A certain situation that took place that he knew that, guess what? If I get wind on it, I'm coming. So years later, I am now Brian Glaze Gibbs. I am now father, you know what I'm saying? The founder of the M&M crew. And now, hey, the Godfather, they got a hell of a crew, man. Folks, let me tell you something right now. A lot of times people talk about BMF and all that other stuff right there. Listen, man, this individual was BMF 30 to 40 years ago before BMF even existed. Even back then, they was bringing in weight. You know what I'm saying? 30, 40 keys at a time. way back when. And people didn't even understand it. They having, mules bringing their shipment back. Women getting strapped up, with keys around them, flying back from Cali back to New York. I'm talking about they had a bunch of mules traveling airplane, traveling bus, train, right now, getting 30, 40 keys at a time back then. So once again, people, you got to understand, man, a lot of stuff go deep in the original surface. Then they had a hell of a crew. And see, one thing about him, like I say, he's always smart, highly intelligent. You know what? But the way, if you look at him, you would not pay him any mind. Right now, pretty boy, got that smile. Right now is very well mannered, very respectful. But in the same token, will blow your head off. Okay? So to me, like even with that being said, like I say, that time I caught him in junior, but that situation, guess what? I had an upper hand. But once again, I let him know how I felt, and I left it at that. Now imagine if, guess what? I'd have been disrespectful. Imagine if I would have crossed that line. So guess what? Trust me, certain things you cannot do to certain people and don't think it's not gonna come back to you. So even as we was coming up, you know what I'm saying, as we was coming up into that criminal world, guess what? We crossed paths, run into each other, and this so happened right now, like I say, years later, down in Virginia Beach. Whereas right now is, to me, and I can be honest, folks, I can be honest. If I knew that these guys was looking for me, if I knew during Labor Day weekend, 1988, when I was on a run, if I knew these guys came down there from Brooklyn, and they were saying right now, as soon as they see Brian Glaze Gibbs, they gonna light me up like Sonny Corleone. Sit back and think about it. When you get in a car, you know what I'm saying, with the late Domencio, I'm talking about, I'm talking about a hell of a crew. These guys were just as dangerous as me and my crew. So right now was, if I knew they was coming to get me, guess what? When I saw him, I didn't pay him no mind. Because once again, if you didn't know this individual, you think right now he's a, college kid. That's how he played. Nothing fancy about him. But richer than all outdoors, smarter than all outdoors. So when they approached me, he approached me by himself. Despite his whole crew was right there. And when he approached me, he's, well-mannered, well-respectful, and he came to me. And once he said what he say, and I say what I say, he seen the sincerity. He felt the compassion in my voice. Whereas, like, he was messed up. He didn't expect that. But once again, by me, years prior, when it was me and Tut, and I had a situation, and it's something that he did that I didn't like, and I confront him. Guess what? I came to him with respect. So whether you're right or wrong, as long as you come to people in a respectful manner, they don't have no other choice but to respect that. So now, the tables turned. Now, okay, it was me and Tut against him. Now, it's me against him and 19 other dudes. What win did I have? Not knowing that their whole attention was they was gonna murder me on sight. So by him giving me the opportunity, giving me, right now, like I say, right now, due process. By him giving me an opportunity to present my case, that's what saved my life. Even right after that, once I say what I say to him, he brought his right-hand man up. And basically right now, he said, Glaze, this is such and such, such and such, this is Glaze. So right now is, when he stated his case, I said, look, like I told the Godfather, this is a situation, this is a circumstance, and this is my stance. Once again, I didn't know that my life was on the line. I didn't know that they came down there to knock my block off. I didn't know that they was gonna, how Sean Campbell say, or rock my snot box. I didn't know that, turn my TV out. I didn't know that, because if I knew that, guess what? I would've hauled ass. I'd have ran so damn fast, you kidding me? Like I say, what saved me? Being real, being me. What saved me? I didn't know their true intention. Because right now, I didn't find out their true intention till years later when I was away. And Domencio, may so rest in peace. About him being around my people, and him, Lou Hobbs or whatever, around LD and hitting all them, and they start talking about different situation or whatever, and how, my reputation. and how when I had incident or disagreement with them, how I handle it. And right now, like he say, man, we left Brooklyn 20 deep, and we went down there, Greek Fest. And we said right now is, and we catch Glaze down there, we was gonna get him. And he said right now, the next to the last day, who do we see? So Brian Glaze Gibbs himself. And right now is the Godfather, basically right now, because of my response, squash it. Like I say, folks, listen, man, just because right now you see somebody, and with him, he'll smile, he'll cry, but we were just alike, man. Right now, when somebody step out of line, we would blow their head off. And what I'm trying to say right now, that was then, this is now. And how can a situation turn so crazy, whereas this cat came down there to blow my head off, to turn my TV off. And guess what? Look at us, we're best friends. That's my brother, I love him. So once again, like I said right now, folks, it's not how it starts, how it continue, man. And what I'm saying, never judge a book by a cover. Because once again, you don't hear his name. You have everybody's name, my name, Tut name, Baby Sam name, Fat Cat name, Pappy name, Preem, Prince, Delroy Uzi Edwards, Alpo, Rich Porter, AZ, Jesus. You hear all these guys' names. Domencio, you hear all these names, but you never really hear his name. And bottom line right now is, guess what, man? That's it. A lot of times right now is, you don't have to be on Front Street, man. And another thing too is, right now, some of us, I didn't get high. He didn't get high. You know what I'm saying? He don't drink, don't smoke, he don't do none of that stuff. You see me now? I smoke a cigar. Right now, he don't do nothing squeaky clean. But once again, like I say, highly intelligent, but with a dangerous individual, man. Hey, folks, hit that like button. Subscribe, share. Get your signed copy of the Beyond Lucky book. If I can change, anybody can change. One love.
Have you checked your tire pressure today?
I don't have a flat.
Have you checked your blood pressure today?
No, I don't feel sick.
Natural endurance, stamina, and action.
Thank you so much, Brian Gibbs. I love this book so much. I mean, I was a fan of your YouTube channel, but now I'm like a real up close and personal fan. I really love what you have going on here. And not only that, but I too was once lost and now I'm found. So thank you, Brian, for this autographed copy. I appreciate you.